Hello. This topic today is called choosing to be different. And it's an extension or an expansion of the Loving What You Love Lessons from Brony blog that I recently did. At first, I wasn't even going to do a follow up blog to the Brony blog simply because I wasn't trying to put out there like, oh, well, I got a lot of hits or a lot of likes from the Bronies who watch the blog. So now I'm going to say more stuff about Bronies so I can get more likes and more hits. Because ultimately, it's not about me. But I felt like it was important to continue this conversation, this dialogue about Bronies because there's so much that can be learned from them. I got so many responses from people over the past couple of days from that post. Overwhelmingly more responses than I've had from anything ever. You can scroll down my blog and find out. I've written about, non-judgment, peace, oneness, all these other things. And people will like it here and there, or even people will tell me they read it, but I won't know. But very few people share it. But what happened with this Brony blog is Bronies read it and Brony shared it, and they shared it and shared it, and it just got around. And it was like, I'm assuming about 5,000 views or so, which is a lot for me anyway. So I had to ask myself, like, why? Another thing I had to ask myself was, what else could I learn from this community? And I learned so much in a couple of days from the people who shared. People shared music. They shared some documentaries about their culture. And at first I said, well, I received it. I looked at the things and appreciated the things, but I didn't want the Bronies to be excited that someone outside of their culture accepted them because you know what? You've already found people that do accept you, and that's great. But then I started looking at it differently, and I said, you know what? They're sharing. It's not just they're happy that somebody outside of their culture accepted them and tried to give words to their experience. They're just sharing. They're sharing the values of the show, and that just made it hit home even more because my daughter got the video from the original movie Equestria Girls. She got the video, so we already saw it like 5 times. And even though I might be walking around and stuff, I hear it, and I said, man, these people are really sharing the values that come from the show, which is great. Whatever can contribute to that, as I said before, is awesome. But what I really, really got out of it, I think the most powerful thing, because I've been talking to my friends about it, like, this experience. And I think it's the fact that Bronies choose to be different. Because, there's so many people who say that they want to be different, different than whoever they are, however they are. They're living their life and they know there's things that don't work, but they still keep doing them anyway. They don't take the risk, And one of the Bronies said to me on the online, I said, I hope that my ministry has Brony style boldness when I with whatever I do. And he said, take it from a Brony, it's easy. All you have to do is find something that you value more than your security. That is so profound. I mean, maybe somebody else said it before and he appropriated it, but it doesn't matter. He knows how to use it. And, or maybe it was a she. Either way, it's true. There's so many things that we say we want to be different in this world, in our own personal lives, and we don't take the risk because we value our security or our false sense of security more than we value the thing that we say, the difference that we want in our life, the change that we want in our life. And I remember I had a friend say to me one time, she wished she had more black friends. And I said, why'd you say that? Why do you want more black friends? And I'm assuming that she wanted to have more black friends because as a conscious person or something, that she thought that it would be of value to have friends of a diverse, spectrum. I said, well, if you want some black friends, go to where black people are and start saying hi, start talking to people, you know? But then she said, well, I can't do that. They might think I'm weird or they might not accept me. And I said, well, then continue to not have more black friends. And I said, we're friends because I extended myself to you into your space But I wasn't saying I want some white friends. I was just being a friend to you, just being a person, getting to know you. And it's no different. You know, every single one of us has our little idiosyncrasies, our things that make us different than others. What the bronies don't do, they don't really hide it. I mean, I'm sure there's some, a few people told me they're bronies and they don't want people to judge them for it. But for the most part, from what I can tell, from my limited exposure, if you're a brony, you already got past that part about worrying about what other people think, and you have already found something that you value more than your security. It's powerful, you know, to just choose to be different. You know, and I used to judge some people who I felt like were just going out of their way to be different, but I got to drop that. I got to honor that anytime somebody wants to change in their life, they're saying they want to be different. But how many of us will take that step? That's the question that I mean is really. I mean, I'm not trying to throw bronies in everybody's face, but it's for me. I've been asking this question a lot because when I am a professional minister, when I'm ordained, I don't want my ministry to be something where I say blah blah blah, Jesus loves you, blah blah blah, and it doesn't change anybody's hearts. That people don't treat other people better. They don't love themselves more and accept themselves more. If I'm gonna do that, I might as well just talk to the wall. And that digs with me because I really believe that it's possible for people to be able to transcend the limits of their constructed self and live into an expanded self that allows them to embrace things that are different, to communicate with people that are not like them without the need to judge them or categorize them or put them in a box, but just to say, hey, you know what? I don't know, but I can know if I ask you some questions or if I get to know you or if I take down my defenses. But most of us say, okay, show me that I can trust you. And then I'll take down my defenses. But it doesn't work that way. Trust comes first. Openness comes first, and then you receive. And that's what I've experienced with this recent blog post. And I just I would love to see people valuing their own difference. I mean, it's not really any of my business, but you know, I hear people complaining, but they're not doing anything about it. And so the reason why I do these blogs and put stuff out here is because I'm trying to get people to scratch their heads and think about what they can do differently. You know, I'm deliberately doing that because I do believe that when we encounter people outside of ourselves, we actually become more of ourselves. But right now, we have this fear, and if I get to know somebody different, then or whatever that fear is. But every time you meet somebody that's not like you actually find a piece of you. It doesn't matter who it is or how they express themselves. And I think that in time, when we start to practice this, we start to see how awesome the world can really be. I'm not going to make this video too much longer because I know a lot of people have short attention spans, but I would love for you to watch this video that I'm going to post at the bottom called Great to Be Different. It puts into words what I think a lot of people could feel if they just took the risk to be the change they want to see in the world, as Mahatma Gandhi would say, or to be the difference that they wish was out in the world, something to that effect. And I don't know. Hopefully you get something out of this. I always say that. Because this time I had to tell you that I really have gotten something out of this. And I hope that somehow, by God's grace, I have the ability to articulate this experience so that other people can experience it as well. I'm going to keep talking about it until I finish processing it and growing into this awareness. And I'm inviting anybody who comes into contact with us to just do the same. You know, see you.